Hello, you wonderful people. Aka here. I'm back, baby. Wishing you all a wonderful new year. And to start things off, we're going to take a quick look at the latest ranged attacking general, Marcus Agrippa. He was released over the holiday period, so we're going to take a look at him and see exactly what he can do. So, looking at his stats very quickly, his main skill, he gets 40% attack, 30% defense, and 30% HP, which is great. His skill is when attacking, but fortunately, it doesn't require a dragon or spirit beast or anything like that. So that's straight up. If we go and look at his specialties, once you go through all of them, Marcus comes out with a total of 70% attack, 60% defense, and 10% HP. So those are good stats. Now, if we look at his ascension and we go through all of them, Marcus comes out with a total of 50% attack, 65% defense, and 35% HP. Now, when we put all his stats together, Marcus comes out with a total of 160% attack, 155% defense, and 75% HP, which is pretty decent. So now, let's compare him to some of the other ranged generals that we have. So, if we put Marcus up against Douglas, as you can see from looking at their stats, Marcus has better stats than Douglas. However, one important thing to note, when both of them are fully maxed out, Marcus has a march size of 8%, while Douglas has a march size of 16%. So, depending on how you swing, that might put things in favor of Douglas for you. I don't know. But based on the stats alone, Marcus is better than Douglas. Okay, now let's put Marcus up against Charles the 12th. And as you can see here, from the stats alone, Marcus is doing better than Charles, which is cool. However, it's the same situation that we have with Douglas. Charles has a better march size than Marcus when fully maxed out. So that's something to put into consideration when you're looking at them. Now, let's compare Marcus to some of the newer generals that we have. We're going to compare Marcus to Louis IX. He's one of the newer generals that was released. And as you can see here, Marcus is slightly better than Louis. Okay? So that's an edge for Marcus. On top of that, Louis is not able to take the range attack book, which is a plus for Marcus when you're looking at things. So that's the comparison of those two. Let's compare Marcus to Mihai. And as you can see from their stats, they are actually quite close. Okay, Marcus just edging out a bit. But on the march size, Marcus comes out with 8% while Mihai comes out with 10%. So for me, I think they are very close. If you had Mihai fully done up already, I would say that there is no need for you to change. Stick with Mihai if you're using him and keep going. However, Marcus being a newer general comes fresh out of the oven with the Covenant feature. And these are the three generals that he needs for his Covenant. In my case, I have Marcus, fortunately enough, and I have the three generals for his Covenant, fortunately enough as well. So that's a big party for me. And in fact, if or when I get to the point where I want to change my range general from Himiko, most likely Marcus will be the general I will go with. That's just in my case. All the other generals I was interested in, I've not been able to get enough fragments for them. Fortunately, Marcus, I've got enough fragments to do quite a bit of his ascension. So that's cool. If I get to that point, he's probably the general I'll end up switching to. But that being said, that switch isn't going to happen anytime too soon because Covenant stones are still quite limited and a lot of generals do not have this feature yet. And when we're looking at the Covenant features for Marcus, they're okay. You know, they're okay. They're not great. Nothing exceedingly jumps out at you, but they're decent covenant attributes. So, while I'm trying to stash up a bit more on covenant stones, I might hold off on this for a bit until, I don't know, maybe someone better comes around, or until I have enough covenant stones that I'm okay with splurging on Marcus. So, that's the quick look at how he is and looking at his stats and everything. However, Marcus does have a little bit of an issue. And don't worry, it's not that he can't take the range attack book. As you can see here, he's compatible with the range attack book, so there's no worries there. The issue with Marcus is regarding his compatibility. Unfortunately, Marcus seems to be one of those generals that is, kind of picky when it comes to assistants. Now, with the various range generals I've been able to look at his compatibility a bit. And the first thing is that he's not compatible with Douglas. Okay? No compatibility with the two of them there. In addition to that, Marcus is not compatible with Charles either. Which, is a bit of a bummer, but that's the way it goes. Now, on top of this, Marcus is not compatible with generals like Conrad, nor is he compatible with tavern favorites like Nar. And from the info that some people provided me, I've also heard that Marcus is not compatible with Kaguya. If anyone can check this out or has information on this, please feel free to post it in the comments below. So if you are going to use Marcus, you need to check his compatibility with the generals that you are using. Now, with that being said, okay, Marcus is compatible with Electra. Although, in this kind of situation, maybe you might be using him as an assistant. Electra wouldn't be great as an assistant because she requires a dragon, but that compatibility is there. In addition to that, Marcus is also compatible with Subutai, which is good for some people that are using Subutai as an assistant. Marcus is also compatible with Louis IX, which is good. 2 new generals pairing up together. However, it's important to note that both Louis IX and Subutai cannot take the range attack book. So if you're going to be using them as assistants, that would mean that you would not be able to put the range attack book on Marcus either. So keep that in mind. Now, while we're still looking at the newer generals, unfortunately, Marcus is not compatible with Mihai. Okay? That compatibility is not there. However, Marcus is compatible with Eleanor. Fully compatible, which is great. So, for a lot of people that have Eleanor, someone like me, for example, Eleanor is my current range assistant. So, if I get to the point where I want to use Marcus, it's a very easy switch for me. Switch out the main, keep Eleanor as the assistant. And this is a good combo. So, those are things that you need to note about Marcus and his compatibility. If you know of any more viable combinations for Marcus, please feel free to post them in the comments. Now, when it comes to using Marcus as an assistant, his stats are very good, so he would make a viable assistant if you wanted to use him that way. Just note that his march size is in his ascension, not his specialty. There is no march size in his specialty, so if you're going to use him as an assistant, you'll be giving that up. But you will still be getting very good buffs, so, your choice. Anyway, that's the quick look at Marcus Agrippa. And as you can see, he's a very good general that will let you take a good grip of the situation. If you would like to see more comparisons of top range attacking generals, then you can take a look at this video here. That's it for me, guys. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.